So in today's bite-sized tutorial, we're going to cover bleeding, and in particular a major bleed. What's important to do as a first aider if we find a patient with a major bleed is obviously first of all to call for an ambulance. Then what's important is to put pressure on the area of the bleed. We want to stop blood loss, because the more blood a patient loses, the worse that patient's medical condition will get. So we want to put pressure on the area of the wound. We can use anything that we have to hand. If we've got a bandage, great. If not, let's just use anything clean to hand to put pressure on the wound and restrict the blood loss. Then the next most important thing is to keep the patient safe. Typically sit them down, if necessary lie them down, because the more blood they lose, they'll start to feel a little bit lightheaded. They may start to hyperventilate, which is when they breathe too fast and not deeply enough to get the oxygen throughout the body. So we don't want that patient passing out and hurting themselves and creating a second injury. So in summary, we call for an ambulance in the case of a major bleed. We put pressure on the area of the bleed and we sit or lie the patient down to keep them safe. Much more in terms of the different types of bleeding and some more detail on what to do obviously can be found within First Aid 5's online first aid course.